Good evening, Terrell Thomas. We're live right now at the LiveHipHopDaily Studios in downtown Atlanta for another Thursday, the last Thursday of September. So this will be the last Thursday in September of These Urban Times, and LiveHipHopDaily presents Sideline Stories. We got a few members that you're familiar with, but we also have some special guests joining us in the building today. So I'll let you gentlemen introduce yourself.
Phil Hudson with 680 The Fan.
Emmanuel Glaze with the Crush Sports Talk.
Appreciate having you gentlemen here. For those of you who don't know, me and these gentlemen, football, basketball, hip-hop, entertainment, see these gentlemen all over the place. We form great relationships. I've actually been on both of these gentlemen's shows, and we've had a wonderful time. I love their sports commentary and their outlook on a lot of things, so it was only right that they come, share their thoughts, share their opinions with us. And you know the regular crew.
Craig.
Brandon.
And we got our man H behind the camera controlling the scene. It's great to see all you gentlemen today. Appreciate all you gentlemen's time. There's a lot going on in the sports world right now. We're going to dive into a few different topics today. But one of the hottest topics out on the streets right now still remains in the NBA with Jimmy Butler. Now, we know the NBA season is right around the corner. Training camp is already in session. Media Day took place on Friday and Monday for most of the NBA teams. And actually, this upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Monday, preseason games kick off. We know right here in Atlanta, our Atlanta Hawks will be kicking off their first preseason game on October the 1st. It'll be at McCamus Pavilion, Georgia Tech campus, as they still get things together at no longer Phillips Arena, but State Farm Arena. But Jimmy Butler last week notified the Minnesota Timberwolves that he wants out, that he wants a trade. We know that he'll be going somewhere, but we don't know where yet. Now, I can tell you, gentlemen, some comedy has come into the effect over the last few hours. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Philadelphia 76ers were actually in talks in a trade for Jimmy Butler, and the Minnesota Timberwolves had the nerve to ask for Ben Simmons. So we know that conversation. The conversation went absolutely nowhere. Elton Brand just went ahead and hung up the phone on that one right there.
Pull the plug.
They tried, my man.
Jimmy Butler's let it be known that he wants to go to Miami. He let it be known that he wants to be a member of the Miami Heat. Coach Eric Spo is supposed to be behind this 120%. He really wants Jimmy Butler out there in Miami. So does Pat Riley.
Dwayne Wade wants him too.
Something that Dwayne Wade wants him, but he needs to be careful because Jimmy Butler might want Gabrielle Union. You know, something that was kind of funny that just took place.
I think about that. Yeah.
Over the summer where Gabrielle Union was kind of in a bathing suit. And Jimmy Butler was quick to comment under, well, damn. It was all in all caps, too. The way Wade came right in. Say something about my wife again in all caps, you're going to see the real crazy, pretty much, is what he said. But them two played together in Chicago, so, you know, I know Jimmy, he just made a boo-boo. He just made a boo-boo, but it's not a good look.
He was a man. He's being a man.
But it's time to play for everything.
Don't get in the man's house.
Yeah, it's time to play. It's a totally different thing between a girlfriend and a wife, and you know that's that man's wife. So, you know,
the world knows that. Yeah.
It's a totally different thing. But gentlemen, I want to ask you, Phil, I'm going to start off with you and we'll just come around the table. Do you feel like Jimmy Butler would be a perfect fit in Miami? Now, if he does go to Miami, one of the cats that we do know that will be on the trading block for Miami would be Deion Waiters. I mean, Waiters was injured the last few years, so he would be possibly a good asset for Minnesota. Do you feel like Jimmy Butler would be a great match in Miami? And if not, where do you think he should go?
I think he fits culturally in Miami for sure. If not, I mean, I'm a diehard Hawks fan, so I want everyone here all the time. So, but no, I think you know if things go where I think they're going to go, he'll end up in Miami.
Craig, how you feeling on the situation?
In Miami, I can see it. As long as they get over the whole Gabrielle Union thing, I think him and D-Wade can make Wade County work. Don't do that. But yeah, I can see it though. Honestly, I think Minnesota might win that trade though if they get Deion Waiters back and maybe a pick or something like that.
I don't think if you got a chance to get Jimmy over Deion, I think you make the trade. I just think Jimmy still allows you. He's a two-way player. Mm-hmm. He can play on both sides of the defense and offense. The thing with Jimmy is always, can he stay healthy? Jimmy's averaging around 60 games a year, 70 games a year over the last 5 years. Can he stay healthy? And you know D-Wade in his last swan song. Yeah. Are you going to have a healthy squad when he comes down there? Are you going to have a team that can get you 7?
Whiteside doesn't stay healthy either.
That's what I'm saying. Are you got 60 to 7? Are you going to have a 60-game team? It's an 82-game season, right? And can they, with this team, they can get in the 8-7-6 spot with Jimmy Butler, but can they stay healthy?
Woo, you think that high? You don't see them creeping into the top 5
I would say
with Jimmy Butler?
With Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy with the Dragon, with some of the young talent.
I think with Jimmy, he's averaging about 20 points a game, 22. My thing is, can he stay healthy? The last few weeks, if you look at his last 5 seasons, 60, 62, 57. He had 172 game. in last year, the year before last, and 60 last year. So if he stays healthy, maybe they can crack the top 5. But again, we talking about the infirmary ward in Miami, Whiteside, and all that as well.
Brandon, what's your thoughts on it?
I think that if he gets in Miami, they could be a top 4 seed. Because I mean, they have a great starting 5. You have some young players in your bench. So if they, like you said, the biggest thing is they can stay healthy. Because D-Wade may play 55,
60
So the
games.
only reason I'm kind of thought you got Philly, Boston, Toronto, Milwaukee.
Top 5.
I mean, maybe if you said 4, I'm saying.
Don't forget
Indiana. Well, yeah, that's true. All right, so they'll be fighting between that 4 to 6 seed if they get Jimmy Butler. So between there, but who knows if you get if they get in the playoffs, wherever they seeded, they can make some noise because you have some vets, you got some young guys. D-Wade gonna turn like playoff Rondo kind of, so you might give some magic. And you say Jimmy Butler come ball, so I can see top 4, top 5.
Top 4, top 5. What you calling the teams that I do? I can see what you're saying now. Is we still Washington could possibly be something.
Washington too. But I mean, I Washington.
We always forget about because you never know what you're going to get. Unfortunately,
you don't know.
We don't know if the White will be participating in preseason because of injury. So it's like you don't know what type of Washington. Same as what you're saying as far as the Heat are concerned. You don't know what you're getting. But the East, it will be a surprising scenario this year.
They might have one. They might have the second best coach in the East.
Who?
Spoelstra.
Oh,
certainly. Outside of Brad Stevens.
Outside of Brad Stevens, they have the second best coach. He's done a lot with less out of East.
Low-key, I might take Spoelstra over Brad Stevens.
Nah, we ain't gonna go that far. I like Nate McMillan out there too. And
but you only been in Indiana for a year.
But we've seen what he's done with Portland. So like you said, I understand we're saying more with less, but no disrespect to Coach Spoke, but when you have LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, now you have to manage those egos. I do understand that, but as far as X's and O's are concerned, for his first few seasons, you're running Pat Riley's philosophies. Now I understand, he's throwing more of his own mix into.
But the year before the Big Three got there, and it was just D Wade and then James Jones, and that's it. And Udonis Haslam, and that's it. And they was like a top 6 seed.
Top six.
Brian Grant and all that. Brian Grant's the team.
But it was good to see. All right, now he got a little bit more talent. We'll see what he does. Everybody said it was LeBron. It was the Big Three when he had that talent. Okay, let's get him a little bit more talent. Let's see what happens with talent. What he can do as coaching wise. I think Spoelstra is a great X's and O's guy. He knows how to fight. But I want to see now he's getting talent on this side. Let's see what happens if Jimmy comes to Miami.
So I want to ask y'all this. We'll start with you, Brandon. Just give me one team. We'll go around the table. If Jimmy Butler doesn't go to Miami, where's the perfect fit for Jimmy? I remember you stating Philly once before we briefly talked about it. But now that they asked him with Ben Simmons,
the Ben Simmons thing, that's dead. So if not, Philly.
If they would take, and I know they want Markelle Fultz on some other pieces, I go with Philly. I think it'll be a good squad.
Anybody besides Embiid and Simmons.
Everybody
send them there. If you can get Jimmy Butler. Yeah. Philly.
Unanimous, that's 4.
Philly. I still say Milwaukee. I'm still sticking with Milwaukee.
Yeah, but who they gonna have to give up to get him?
Maybe some draft picks. I mean, I don't know. I'm giving up Middleton, and I'm giving up maybe.
I wouldn't give up Middleton.
He's
your shooter.
I'm giving up. We don't need him though. You got Malcolm Brogdon, I believe his name. He's he's an alright shooter.
But he's not shooting.
Bledsoe's a pretty good shooter, and you won't need that.
You're going with pretty good, but you're giving up your guy who's a marksman.
He's a great shooter from inside the 3-point line. He's not a great shooter. He's not an all-around great shooter. He takes smart shots. He takes smart shots. He's not an elite scorer.
Listen.
So I'm getting rid of him if I'm getting offense and defense from a guy.
We'll see. Style makes fights, and let's see if he can. Who does he match well with? Does he work well with Embiid and the big boy Ben Simmons? Or does he work better with Giannis? You know what I'm saying? Who does he fit better with if he gets there? Of course, everybody thinking Miami, but if you got one of them two teams, then they challenging.
And they challenging
the top two.
If you give,
I want to change. I'm going Indiana.
You said that last week. You did say that last week.
I'm going Indiana.
Huh? It'll be very interesting to see.
That'd be tough.
I got a feeling Jimmy will be going by the weekend. Things are getting tighter. Like you said, preseason is right around the corner. Owner wants him gone. The team pretty much knows he's gone. They gave Cat that new 5-year deal.
All the
so
money in the world.
It's time for a new chapter in Minnesota. Anthony Davis, looked upon by some people as possibly being the best player in the NBA right now. Yeah. Offensive, defensive. You know, LeBron is LeBron. We know what he brings to the table. Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. We know what he brings to the table. And I'll even throw Giannis out there. I think we'll see a breakout season from Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks. But Anthony Davis has been known for some time, as you mentioned, with Miami injury. If Anthony Davis can stay away from the injury bug,
he was healthy.
I think we'll see. Yeah, he was pretty healthy last year. We saw like, he was in the MVP running. We saw the great Anthony Davis. He recently signed with Clutch Sports with LeBron and Rich Paul and everything like that. Where are we going to see Anthony Davis, gentlemen? Now, it's only 2 teams that I think we can possibly see. As you see, we see Phil throwing up to LA right now.
Who he signed with?
He signed with Rich Paul, with LeBron. With
Okay,
LeBron's
yeah,
right.
that's all about right.
In the words of Shannon Sharp, we getting AD or KD. So that's what he said, and we already know it's already running the storm, bro.
See, I don't buy that yet. I don't.
He ain't going to go to State. He's not going to go to State.
I never see Durant going to pair with LeBron James. I'll see Durant going to New York before I see him going to LA.
I mean,
Anthony Davis, quiet as it's kept, the Warriors have been in his ear for the past few seasons about
no cap space. This ain't baseball.
They'll have cap space. All you gotta do is let Draymond walk. They've continued to find ways to get cap space. And they'll have cap space. You give Clay a 2-3 year deal. Let him know he's gonna still get his money in a few years. You let Draymond walk, and next thing you know, you got Anthony Davis.
What about Boogie?
But you got to see
Boogie's on a 1-year deal.
But you see what LA did? They signed a bunch of 1-year contracts. Mm-hmm. They signed Rondo to a year. They signed Mr. Blowing Your Ear to an ear.
Yeah, so they got Ding up out of here.
They about to free up a bunch of money, so when they go out to get him, it makes sense. And LeBron allows AD to take breaks. Probably AD, he's had to shoulder the whole load while he was down in New Orleans. You got LeBron James. Now I can play a different game. I can play more defense. I can put up 20 to 30 points a game and don't even breathe hard. And I can be a stretch 4 like I like to be. Think about LeBron he made Kevin Love rich. He made Chris
Bosh.
Bad neck. That's wrong. I'm sorry, Chris. But Chris was the shooter, and he could go in, and that's what AD going to be able to do. He got to look at it and it's LA still. LA's popping right now.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
Please don't spill LA because
I know he's LA dude. I know what I'm saying.
I won't be mad either way.
What did we say last week? That weather and that women,
palm trees.
But all I had to say about him going to LA, the cake has been baked. Okay. He's going to LA.
He bought a house out there too. So
yeah, he bought a house.
He did bought a house out there.
He's going to LA.
He's with Clutch Sports. Don't forget
Clutch Sports, LA.
Just following the
Wait, Terrell, do you really think LeBron and sound? You think he'll let him go to LA? I mean, Golden State.
But see, I don't think what I think we don't realize yet. The only thing, like Golden State continues to surprise me. They really do, especially like with the acquisition of Boogie Cousins. That was a total surprise to me. They're moving into a new arena. Now, granted, LA is LA. LA will have money to spend over the next few years, as you mentioned, the whole aura of LeBron and Magic. But playing in front of some of these Silicon Valley billionaires, like Kevin Durant's profited from it. Yeah, Kevin Durant could have done it anywhere.
He's leaving too.
But he may possibly.
He's leaving
possibly. But even if he does, if the Warriors are to win a championship again this year, and let's just say if Kevin Durant wins his 3rd straight Finals MVP,
he's out.
I mean, I'm not really mad at that situation, but I'll swap KD for AD all day too.
He's not going.
What do you think, Phil? What are your thoughts on the situation?
I think he's going to end up in LA. I think it's signed and done. When you sign with LeBron, man, you're going to follow the money.
But the money may be, so that's another thing. What if the Warriors can offer him more than because they wouldn't be able to get him next summer, so it wouldn't be able to happen until 2021. However, in 2020, he could do the Jimmy Butler and go to New Orleans and say, "Hey, I'm not going to resign with you guys in the off season. Trade me. You know, you can go ahead and trade me, get something from me now, and we see where it goes."
And who has better assets if you want to do the trade, LA or Golden State? LA.
We won't know 3 years from now. We won't know.
You got to look at how they built the squad. LA built the squad. They're still young. They still got a lot of cats on the rookie contract. You got Zuma and of course the Ball. They're all on the rookie contract, so that allows them to play around with the money. They intentionally only sign a lot of cats to 1-year deals because they want to be able. This free agent market is so nice for them. Right
But it's slowing up though. Clay's already said he's staying. I mean, he's
Yeah,
talking. We don't know.
We can talk about Clay.
Kyrie said he's staying.
They
And
Well, they wasn't gonna
Jimmy-
get Kyrie anyway.
They gotta say that
Jimmy
now.
Butler
You
won't be around.
you go to these camps all the time. They're gonna say whatever it takes to be
I
team
respect
players.
that.
They're
I
gonna be
respect
team players.
Team players.
And I always gotta ask everybody. A lot of people. I have an argument with my guy on the show about the shooter. You just named his name.
Clay.
Clay gonna have 4 championships. He's right now the 4th important player on the Golden State Warriors. KD, Steph, Draymond, Clay. Can you be number 4 all your life? You got ego. These players got ego.
But he doesn't. I feel what you're saying. And as men, we have
Yeah,
ego.
that boy that grew his
But
hair,
if
got a
he
beard
getting
on
over
and
$100
stuff.
million,
He got a Japanese shoe contract.
that's what he wanted. He could have went to Nike.
He gonna come back to Nike. He want Nike. He want that. And also, you gotta look at it. Also, how many times can you always call it when you look at the finals? There's podium. There's locker room. He's in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
He ain't in the
Yeah,
podium.
Definitely don't love. Definitely don't love.
How many times? I mean, if he's that type of dude, then he's gonna set the league. You know, I heard NBA PA said he might set us back years if he take less money to stay in the Golden State because he's gonna have to. Because they gonna throw the book at KD. Here it is, whatever you need. But I don't want to change the subject. I just thought about Clay. But I'm just looking at it like this. LA is in a good spot. They're gonna have the space. And now, who do you go to? And I'm looking at AD going to LA, playing that 4 position because they got a lot of young guys. And don't be surprised they get a Clay too.
2?
Yeah, I don't see Clay. I don't see Clay.
You think Clay don't leave?
I don't see him. I don't see him.
They're gonna have.
I don't see him leaving.
They're gonna have, especially with them getting rid of Luol Deng. They're gonna have space for a max plus. So
I don't see any Golden State Warrior going to play with LeBron James.
JaVale McGee just did it.
JaVale McGee was a band. I mean, of the core 4. Let me rephrase that. Of the core 4.
But you don't say bandwagon.
I don't see.
They got the ultimate bandwagon.
I don't see any of those gentlemen. I don't see KD, Steph, Clay, nor Draymond.
The only thing I'll change is
KD
you
is the
say
only one I
LeBron.
can.
Clay grew up in the Laker organization.
He did. With his daddy.
And his
But
daddy said
his daddy said he's not going nowhere.
They all sound
His
great.
daddy
And
said
all
that.
it sounds good.
He wants
I
to be a
guarantee you.
What is he
Warrior.
supposed to say?
I guarantee you last year he went
Now
to
that I want him to come to LA. I mean, you can still speak you can still speak your truth, but if you talk to your son and you know, like, I dig all that, that's your aura. You like, now I'm creating mine. It's still San Francisco. You know, we talk about the lore of LA. San Fran don't have many beaches, but it's rich out there. It's ritzy out there. You know, like, and it's only getting better and better and better. And as you mentioned, he's the 4th player on the roster, but he can still make over $120 million without having to buster that load of being a top 2-3 guy.
If he's at that point, I will have a question about Clay where he's okay being number 4. He's got 2 talent. I mean, he's a guy.
I respect
2
that.
talent. He can do 20. He can
dig
guard
that.
your best guard.
I have no argument there.
But you'd rather sit back and be, I call it locker room guy. Sit in the back and say, while they doing podium interviews at the final, you back there, they at your locker.
And you
want to be a podium guy?
Outside,
He gets his time to shine, you know, when he 60 points in 3 points.
But he has to do
he has
once.
moments when he lets it be. How many other players have done it though? Is what
I'm talking about how many times has he got any kind of love like that?
He's
Besides,
people are well aware that Clay's a bad boy.
I mean, people
not that.
in you know,
Basketball
follow
world.
sports.
Yeah, basketball
but
world know
people.
players.
Everybody knows, you know, Steph. Everybody knows KD. But Clay, they're like,
He's a splash brother.
He's the other dude who can shoot.
He's the Splash Brother. They still the Splash Brothers
He's the
out there.
third pick, man. He's the
now
third.
People know Draymond because they like Draymond. Like,
He the one to pick somebody.
Draymond might kick you in your nuts if you don't
Yeah.
know it.
you know. But Clay, like I said, they was like, oh, he's the other shooter. Okay, cool. All
he's a
right.
splash cousin. He got moved out.
Are we all kind of? Well, I still think Davis will be in Oakland, but do you gentlemen all feel like he'll be taking his talents to Los Angeles and joining LeBron in the next few seasons?
I got a backup team too.
What's this backup team you speak of?
Boston.
No.
Nah, I saw it at one point in time. At one point in time,
If they were gonna do it, it should have been.
It would have been done. I agree. I agree.
Why rush it? They got enough time. They got all the draft picks in the world. They got stashes from 2022.
They don't have enough time because sooner or later,
you're gonna have to pay.
Same as Glaze just mentioned about the Lakers. Those rookie contracts for Brown and Tatum, them things gonna go away quickly. And if they do keep Kyrie, they're gonna have to pay him this summer. So sooner than later, you know, you're paying all these cats. They got assets, they got draft picks, but you're gonna have to give somebody else. Are you giving up Jaylen Brown at this point? You might have to, you know, like. And I'm not saying that Anthony Davis is a weaker talent. Of course, he's a better talent today than Jaylen Brown, but that core that you're building, somebody gonna have to go if you're looking at getting him via trade.
I mean, sometimes you gotta make that kind of move. You try to get over the hump, try to get these rings. So you gotta give them one them young guys to get AD. I would. I think all y'all would.
Who you giving up though?
Jalen.
You ain't gonna give him for just Jalen.
I mean, you give Jalen, Rozier, or Jalen and Smart and some picks.
Okay, so Jalen Smart now. So what? Rozier's your backup.
You're your backup anyway.
Tatum's your what? Your 3. Who's your 2?
Yeah, you can play around. You play around with that. They got some. They found somebody.
You keeping Horford?
Throw him in that deal.
Yeah, you never throw him in there.
Throw a hole for the
I love Al. Man.
I know we talked about this.
I mean, I was my guy, but you know what I'm saying? You throw him in there for AD.
I think there's something to say about chemistry though.
Chemistry goes long. We'll see what happens in 3 years. I'm glad you mentioned the Celtics. We're going to take a very brief break, and we'll be right back. We're still going to talk about the Celtics, and we're going to talk about the Lakers. We're going to dive into these new look Lakers, LeBron James, Lonzo Ball in the games. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll be right back. These Urban Times and Live Hip Hop Daily present Sideline Stories.
That's why I brought